Evolution of Mario. Mario makes his debut appearance in the animated TV series Saturday Supercade in the segment Donkey Kong, which is the first media production including Mario in the franchise, based on several arcade games with one of them having the same name, before Mario and his franchise become among the most famous, successful, and recognizable in history as one of the main protagonists, voiced by Peter Cullen. Here, he appears as a middle-aged human of Italian descent, with relatively short stature, an overall human facial and bodily characteristics, and a normal-pitched voice with the ability to speak in sentences. While in his most basic depiction here, he also wears a red cap with no symbols, a high-necked, long-sleeved shirt with gray overalls on black buttons, as well as black shoes and white gloves, while he has black hair with 2 locks by the sides and one on top, thin eyebrows, and a thick, long mustache, with no significant enlargement of the nose. As per his personality, he's kind, smart, brave, heroic, generous, and optimistic, always ready to come to the rescue and help his friends, whom he puts before himself. While in this version, his powers remain consistent with regular human capabilities. In the story, Mario, alongside Pauline, who's his niece in this series, repeatedly goes through a very similar plot structure, which consists of them chasing after a large ape, Donkey Kong, who had escaped from the circus owned by him, in order to recapture him, while Kong grabs Pauline along the way, requiring Mario to save her, or they encounter crime with the criminals tricking the slow-witted Kong into doing their work, with Mario and Pauline revealing the truth of the situation to him, prompting the 3 of them to unite to stop the criminals, after which Mario resumes the chase after fleeing Kong. Then, in the 1986 animated comedy movie Super Mario Bros. The Great Mission to Rescue Princess Peach, which is based on the 1985 video game Super Mario Bros., Mario appears as one of the main protagonists, voiced by Toru Furuya. Here, he undergoes a major redesign, which reshapes his appearance into his most well-known and iconic one, making him look cartoonish, specifically changing the proportions of his body, making him shorter, with a bigger head and a very big round nose, big oval eyes, no visible neck, a blue shirt, red overalls with gold buttons, brown shoes, and a symbol M on his cap. In the story, Mario is first shown playing his game console when he suddenly sees a blonde girl in a pink dress who's crying for help on the screen, and later emerges from it, after which Mario gets acquainted with her, but is ultimately unable to stop her attacker, King Koopa, from snatching her back into the screen. Then, while working in their grocery store, he and his brother Luigi get directed by a dog-like creature, Kibidango, to a mushroom hermit in the Mushroom Kingdom, who informs them the Koopa and his army are devastating the kingdom because of his anger caused by Princess Peach rejecting his marriage proposal, prompting him to try and force her to do so. Though despite this dark situation, the hermit also tells them about a legend that foretells that they will be able to defeat Koopa with the help of the 3 mystical power-ups, hidden throughout the kingdom by Koopa's forces, which they need to find first, to which they agree and set out on their journey while being guided by Kibidango. At the end, after their strenuous and challenge-filled quest, they finally reach Koopa's castle right in time for the wedding, with Mario defeating him by grabbing his tail and catapulting him far away, thus restoring the land to normal, while Kibidango also transforms back to Prince Haru and Peach's fiancé, causing Mario to feel heartbroken, though he still wishes them both the best, after which he and Luigi head back home. In the anime TV miniseries, Amada anime series Super Mario Bros., based on the Japanese folktales as well as the story of Snow White, Mario reappears, voiced by Toru Furuya. In the story of all 3 episodes, the same theme of his interactions between Princess Peach and antagonists like King Koopa reiterates each time, though recast in the light of a specific tale being retold, such as in the first one, where he's shown to come from a cosmic peach that landed near a house of 2 elderly turtles who later raised him, allowing him to rescue Princess Peach, who had been kidnapped by Koopa previously, or in the last one, where he follows a similar trajectory to the Snow White story, with Koopa being the evil queen, Princess Peach being Snow White, and he being the prince who saves her with the true love's kiss. Mario appears in the live/animated TV show The Super Mario Bros. Super Show, which is the first series based on the Mario video games in the franchise, voiced and portrayed by Lou Albano. The story, divided into live and animated segments, depicts Mario and Luigi having constant problems while living in their basement, such as plumbing, meeting celebrities, and generally being annoyed with Italian jobs, while the animated segments show them having fun time, as well as fighting with each other and saving Princess Toadstool from various villains, but especially King Koopa, who would often use an alter ego and wear a costume to represent other villains from a movie, book, or real-life historical event. Mario cameos first in the 1989 live-action movie The Wizard, on the screen of an arcade on which a boy plays. Next, in the animated TV series The Adventures of Super Mario Bros. 3, which is also based on the Mario video games, Mario appears, voiced by Walker Boone. In the story, taking place chronologically sometime after the previous series, when the Mushroom Kingdom is in a state of relative peace and harmony with Princess Peach in power, the majority of the plot revolves around Mario and his friends trying to fend off the kingdom against Koopa and his minions, Koopalings, as well as save Princess Peach herself, as exemplified by the very first episode, which shows how despite Koopa capturing both Princess Peach and Luigi, as well as surrounding Mario from all sides, he still manages to prevail by tricking Koopa into using his magic wand on him, thus making him a giant ninja Mario who rescues Peach and Luigi, and then confronts and defeats Koopa and his henchmen. In the third animated series adaptation of the Mario video games, Super Mario World, which is set after the events of the last show, Mario reappears, voiced again by Walker Boone. In the show, after Mario had defeated and banished King Koopa and the Koopalings from the Mushroom Kingdom, he, Luigi, and Princess Toadstool decided to venture to Dinosaur World and have a vacation there while interacting with dinosaurs and cavemen. But their plans get disturbed again when Koopa follows them to the dinosaur world and kidnaps Princess Toadstool once again, requiring Mario and Luigi to unite with their new friends, venture to Koopa's Neon Castle, and rescue Toadstool, allowing them to subsequently return to Dinosaur World and spend fun time together. Following, Mario gets featured in the interactive anime short Super Mario World, Mario and Yoshi's Adventure Land, which is another series based on the video games, voiced by Walker Boone. In the story, after Princess Peach sends an invitation for Mario and Luigi to join her in Dinosaur Land, which they accept, upon landing there, they encounter Bowser, also known as King Koopa, who informs them that he has kidnapped Princess Peach and now challenges them to a battle at his castle, prompting them to go on a journey to fight him and save Princess Peach. In the course of their adventure, they go through various places and territories containing villains and challenges specific to them, which Mario and Luigi have to overcome in order to move forward. Meanwhile, they meet their new friend, a green dinosaur named Yoshi, who assists them along the way, with them also interacting with the viewers through the Terabico phone, until they finally reach the castle and defeat Bowser by hitting him in the face, thus allowing them to rescue Peach, who kisses them in return. Then, Mario appears in the 1993 sci-fi movie Super Mario Bros., which is the first live-action movie in the franchise, inspired by the Mario video games, portrayed by Bob Hoskins. Here, he appears as an adult male with a big complexion, short brown hair, and his signature thick mustache, initially wearing regular human clothes, such as pants, a shirt, and a jacket, along with his work tools, but then changing into a one-piece red and blue mechanic's uniform with a red cap with no symbols and mechanical boots. In the story set in modern times, Mario and his brother are living in New York and operating their plumbing business, when one day they get acquainted with a college student, Daisy, with whom Luigi falls in love and who invites them for a paleontological dig under the Brooklyn Bridge searching for dinosaur bones, while she already has a piece of meteorite as a necklace. There, however, after they went deeper into the caves, they heard the scream of Daisy and suddenly discovered a massive portal into which they fell, coming out the other side into a dystopian parallel reality, which was revealed to be caused by a meteorite that had crashed into the Earth 65 million years ago and split their reality in two, where a human-like race evolved from dinosaurs rather than mammals. Then they also learn that this world's evil dictator, King Koopa, has captured Daisy, who's actually the orphan princess from this reality, in order to obtain her piece of meteorite that can merge the two worlds together and make him the ruler of them both. At the end, despite Koopa and his minions starting to merge the worlds, with Mario and Luigi's cooperation, they take back the meteorite and use his own de-evolving gun against him, turning him into a dinosaur and then into a primordial slime, thus saving the two universes and restoring peace under Daisy's family rulership. Next, Mario can be seen in the 1995 short educational video Mario Kirby Meisaku, the purpose of which is to teach children kanji, or originally Chinese hieroglyphs, alongside the character Kirby, though separated within their own adventures, depicted by way of still pictures, with Mario in particular now having light brown hair rather than black, narrated by Mayumi Tanaka. Mario gets featured in the animated comedy TV show The Simpsons, making numerous appearances throughout, such as in his debut episode, Marge Be Not Proud, in which he appears among other characters from his franchise, reassuring and convincing Bart to steal a video game. Then in Homer and Ned's Hail Mary Pass, which features a parody of Mario games. After Mario insults Homer, he begins to throw trash cans at him in the style of Donkey Kong. And in The Incredible Lightness of Being a Baby, Mario cameos together with Donkey Kong in a house, with Mario working on plumbing and Kong throwing barrels at him. Mario then cameos in the animated TV series Futurama in several episodes, such as Anthology of Interest 2, where during a UN meeting in which Nixon tried to sign a peace treaty with Donkey Kong, Kong attacked him, prompting all the participants to get shocked, including Mario himself, who represented Italy, and also in L'Irreconcilable Indifferences, in the form of a costume that a host at Comic-Con wears. In the animated superhero TV series My Life as a Teenage Robot, Mario cameos as part of the two recurring villains in the story, which are based on him and his brother, even using the same sound effect during their jumping in the episode Sibling Tsunami. Following, Mario reappears in the stop-motion animated series Robot Chicken, multiple times in many episodes, as can be seen starting with his debut in Gold Dust Gasoline, where he and Luigi participate in a race, parodying Fast and Furious with several other famous characters, though losing at the end. Then in The Sack, where he gets killed by Spartans during his game with Donkey Kong, or in Poisoned by Relatives, during a parody of the show The Biggest Loser, in which Mario appears as one of the contestants trying to lose the most weight, with Barbie creating challenges for them, ending in him and others losing after Miss Piggy falls into fire, and they eat her, thus becoming very big. Next, Mario cameos in the animated TV show El Tigre, The Adventures of Manny Rivera, in the episode The Mother of All Tigres, in which a very similar pair to him and his brother appears during the evasion of zombie plumbers. Mario also cameos in the animated TV series Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, in the episode The Buck Swaps Here, as one of the two men carrying a large mirror who then shout with Italian accents when they attack a robber. In the animated sitcom show South Park, Mario gets featured in episodes such as Imagination Land, where the main characters visit the said land and encounter Mario among all the other characters who live there, with the letter M in his cap being rotated 90 degrees to form the letter E. In the animated surreal comedy TV show Chowder, Mario-like man appears with his coworker in the episode Chowder and Mr. Fugu, taking an order from Chowder and Mr. Fugu at a restaurant. Mario gets portrayed in the cartoon web series Seth MacFarlane's Cavalcade of Cartoon Comedy, in a parody short of Super Mario, voiced by Seth MacFarlane, where, after the princess refuses to kiss him for all his efforts, he calls the defeated Bowser back to take her back for himself. Mario makes many appearances in the sketch-animated TV show Mad, beginning with the opening sequence of every episode, where he runs across the screen. Then as seen in Clifford Field/Big Time Rushmore, where he appears in blue overalls in his pixel form, jumping on Goombas, or in Lemming Snicket's series of unfortunate video game deaths, where he becomes a guardian of 3 children until he gets eaten by a piranha plant assisted by Wario. In the animated sitcom TV show Family Guy, Mario can be spotted several times, first in the episode Lois Comes Out of Her Shell, where he saves Stewie from his evil pet turtle Sheldon by descending from the ceiling and stomping on Sheldon, Then in Boopity Boppity, he becomes Meg's boyfriend, while she and her family are traveling in Italy, with Luigi being close by, with him returning at the end of the story to invite Meg to visit his house, alongside the third partner, Luigi, and finally in Encyclopedia Griffin, which is a parody of Mario and Donkey Kong games, where at some point in the game, Pauline ends up sliced in half, with Mario and Kong deciding to put the body in a barrel and roll it down the ocean. Next, Mario cameos in the 2015 live/animated sci-fi movie Pixels, as one of the aliens who takes his form and is seen running across a street in the background. Following, Mario is shown in the animated sitcom TV series The Amazing World of Gumball in the episode The Uncle, in which an uncle of a recurring alien character, Ocho, looks and behaves very similarly to the real Mario. Then, a Mario-inspired character Repairman appears in the animated TV show Big City Greens in the episode Dependable, bearing a close resemblance to him. Mario reappears in the late-night live sketch comedy show Saturday Night Live in the sketch called HBO Mario Kart Trailer, which is a satirical parody of a TV adaptation of the Mario Kart racing games from the producers of The Last of Us, starring Pedro Pascal as Mario, in which he and his friends attempt to help Princess Peach reach the Rainbow Road safely. In the 2023 animated adventure comedy movie, The Super Mario Bros. Movie, which subsequently became one of the most successful animated movies of all time, and the most successful one based on a video game, Mario appears in the role of the main protagonist, voiced by Chris Pratt. Here, while he retains his classical appearance, he can also be seen wearing new kinds of attire, such as a yellow cat costume, a raccoon costume, and a Brooklyn t-shirt. The story, which serves as the origin story for both Mario and his brother, first shows Mario living in New York and running a struggling plumbing business with Luigi, much to the disappointment of their father, despite which they optimistically intend to make it no matter what, which plays a role in giving Mario the idea to fix a major main leak in the city, during which they both get sucked into a warp pipe and separated into different worlds, with Mario landing in the Mushroom Kingdom, governed by Princess Peach, and Luigi in the Dark Lands, dominated by the tyrannical King Bowser, who subsequently captures him, who is revealed to want to marry Peach, or use a superstar to wipe out her kingdom in the case of her refusal. In the kingdom, Mario learns from Peach, who trains him how to use power-ups in battle in order to be prepared to defeat such a fierce warrior as Bowser, which he successfully does, gaining new allies and friends along the way, such as Toad and Donkey Kong. Then, in the climax of the story, during the intense fight between Mario and his friends against Bowser with his army, motivated by his hatred and extreme jealousy, despite his great power and a vast number of his minions, Mario manages to utilize the skill taught to him by Peach and eventually obtain the superstar alongside Luigi, thus becoming temporarily undefeatable and super powerful, allowing them to lay waste to Bowser's great armed forces, and soon stop him as well, ending in them earning the title Heroes among the people, as well as long-awaited respect from their father, with them being seen relocating to the Mushroom Kingdom and happily operating their plumbing business there in the conclusion. Finally, Mario returns in the 2026 sequel movie, The Super Mario Galaxy Movie, which is based on the eponymous video game, voiced again by Chris Pratt. In the story, having defeated and imprisoned Bowser, Mario and his friends now have to venture into outer space in order to face a new threat, coming from Bowser's son, Bowser Jr., who intends to get revenge for his father and restore their rule of power and domination once more.